random and desperate. Well, today we are at a windy Cleveleys. I just wanted to show you the waves. Look at the size of them, people. What? They're certainly big boys, aren't they? I say it's absolutely freezing. We're in December now, and I want to take the opportunity to look round Cleveleys. Now, Cleveleys is a couple of miles away from the famous Blackpool Tower, and most people come to Cleveleys because of let me just say, it depends how old you are. It is let's just say a lot of the older generation come to Cleveleys. It's a quiet part of Blackpool, but look at these waves, look at nature in its glory. Look at that, oh man. Look at that, beautiful. Thing with nature, you can't control it. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to get on with it and adapt to the situation at hand. Yes, it's cold and it's miserable, but like anything else, keep smiling and keep moving on. So follow me around Cleveleys and we'll find some interesting things to have a look round and explore. And before I go, I want to tell you a bit of information about Cleveleys, because you know what I'm like about history. Now, Cleveleys is, I say, just a few miles away from Blackpool, and during World War II, most of the government offices were stationed all around here, because they couldn't understand why Germany didn't bomb, let's just say, the Blackpool side. The reason why is because they didn't realise at the time. Now, if you remember the Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Great Britain by Hitler, his plan was to leave this coastline alone, because he wanted his troops to, let's just say, be entertained, to have a national holiday in Blackpool. And that's why Germany in World War II left all of this coast, didn't bomb it, they didn't do anything. Plus it was a major target, because there was an RAF base further up there near St Anne's, there was all army bases, good target. But Hitler enjoyed his history, he enjoyed his heritage, so he never touched it. Right, I've enough yapping, let's have a look round Cleveleys. Now these, if you look, these are quite interesting sight. They are quite modern, but you can imagine what they're used for during the night time. Sleeping area for the homeless. Intentionally wasn't used for that, it's actually just as a shelter from the bitter cold of the British weather. I wouldn't say it's pretty, it looks quite ugly actually. Now if you look at the front, say look at these waves, man, look at the front. I like these pillows where the light shines, what highlights all of the coast here, sort of long here. Very pretty. The only thing I don't like, look at these, look, seats here, okay, stone seats, wooden seats. Yes, I know wooden seats will rot in time, but as I say, does that look pretty to you? Like the pretty, if you look around here, the pretty patterns. So Cleveleys have spent some money. The only thing I don't like is stone art, craft people.
It was spectacular. I was standing behind that wall there,
Yeah.
just my head and shoulder people, and I got drenched by waves, completely fucking soaked.
Yeah. What, it's just stood there?
On the other side.
And it got you?
Yeah.
So usually they've done like these steps to stop it going over.
Oh, it was crucial. I mean, I've been here all my life, and in the 70s we all got washed out. There was waves down through the traffic lights.
Ah, okay.
so you know, look, this has made a major difference.
Yeah. Certainly it's beautiful. So go on, what you're saying about this cottage?
Well, it was a farmhouse, and the farmhouse was the first building in this area.
Yeah.
And it was called Rotherham Farm. It's now divvied up into cottages, and I've got one of them.
Oh, okay.
But it was built in what, 1780, late 1770s.
Yeah.
and it was called Rotherham because Rotherham's a Norse word and it means enclosure of oxen.
Okay.
It means, you know.
Yeah.
And then Cleveleys was a guy called Thomas Cleveleys,
Yeah.
who was a publican, and he opened what was the Cleveleys Hotel, and they named this Rotherham into Cleveleys on account of him.
Right, okay.
That's how we got the name Cleveleys, because that was his surname.
I wondered where the name comes from,
Yeah,
to be
Thomas
honest with you.
Cleveleys, yeah. And he died, he got drunk, and there was a pond down the road.
Yeah.
And he fell in the pond one night after drinking his own beer and drowned.
But you think his name's been called by it? This whole
Probably
town.
because it was an English tradition
Yeah.
going way back in the 18th century apparently, that
Okay.
they would kind of call it after a guy that started the first pub.
Yeah, right, okay. Tell you what, they tell the history of Cleveleys. Very interesting story, and I appreciate that, my friend. Nice to meet. And he's recommended a fish and chip shop down here, what's called K's, which I'm going to share my fish and chips with you. So let's go. Let's carry on round the streets of Cleveleys. Now, I never knew the person who the town is called by there was a pond down here, and apparently he drowned down a few. Now, I've been recommended to go to this fish and chip shop by a local historian, should we say. Welcome to Lancashire's #1 fish and chip restaurant. Interesting, let's go and find out. Would you call this a bus station? Looks like something that stepped back in time and tried to be modernised. And again, the local toilets, the local hotel, as people call it round here. As you'll find that a lot of homeless pay 30p, go in there where it's nice and warm, and they'll stay there for the rest of the night. Like anywhere around the UK, there is no public toilets. Just absolutely disgusting. The amount of tax we pay as a general thing, and there's no public toilets. So this is the centre of Cleveleys, where all the shops are located. Now, this building here used to be an indoor market. I know what it's replaced with. It's not independent shops. So where is the local? There's no local market. This used to be the local market when all the locals went into shop for their groceries. Now it's just been replaced with not, let's just say, corporation companies taking over the high street. But there is still one or two independent shops, and you know how I feel about independent shops. Well, I hope you enjoyed this adventure around Cleveleys, and the best part about Cleveleys is K's Fish and Chips, but I'm going to do that as a separate video because there's lots of interaction between staff, manager and myself, and it deserves its own special video because of the texture, the taste of the fish and chips, and I want to share that with you. So I will see you next time, random and desperate, on his adventure around the streets of Blackpool and the surrounding areas. Stay tuned, people. There's more to come of a single adventure, a single man's holiday round Blackpool. And just before I go, this video is devoted to my dear friend who sadly died last year, Andy Hay. He was 59, the poor chap, very good friend, and he gave me the idea of doing my YouTube videos again, to restart it, because I was contemplating on not doing any more videos after my Uber Man UK, but after a chat with Andy, I decided to carry on my adventure with you lot. So I appreciate that, Andy, up there. When he died, it opened my eyes to start doing things what I want to do was concentrate on myself more. And he had a perfectly great point there, to be honest with you. So this video is devoted to Andy Hay, who died last year during the COVID. I don't like saying that word. During the Mexican beer virus. And it wasn't the disease what killed him. It was, let's just say, other problems due to COVID-19, the worrying, the stressing about it. So Andy, if you're up there, I really enjoy my videos, pal, and hopefully, if it works, I will share you a rare video of Andy doing what he does best. See you next time, people. Go.
Put it on there.
Yeah, go on.
So, salt first.
Yeah, have be quick, lick it. Right down. Suck it, suck it.
Margaret!